And welcome back to 13 News on the weekend. And we're talking with Naoma today about everything Facebook and Twitter, and right up my alley. I need to learn oh so much more.
And I'm in that same category with you. And Naoma is the person to ask.
She is. Naoma Doraguzzi joins us again on this Saturday morning. Good morning, Naoma.
Good morning.
Where do we start?
I thought I'd just address some frequently asked questions I get asked quite a bit from people that are new to Twitter and Facebook. Are you guys actively using Twitter yet?
I'm okay with Facebook, but Twitter is still, I end up in some blind alleys with.
Yeah, I'm there. I've been reading it a lot for a year, but using it is another question.
Okay. Well, the first one I want to address is, can you change your Twitter name? You start up your account and then you decide, well, that might be too long. Like I first started my Twitter at Naoma Doraguzzi. That's way too long for people to remember.
You're using 20 characters already.
So I shortened it out to Ask Naoma. So you can change your username and you'll still be able to keep all your followers and all your tweets. You just might need to remind people that your Twitter name has changed. So that's the first question I wanted. And then second, I always get asked, do I need to follow everyone that's following me?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
I say no. You only need, a lot of the people might be fake, or they're just sending out, a Twitter feed and not really using Twitter for conversations. So I don't always follow everyone that follows me back. I think I have almost 13,000 followers, but maybe I'm only following 7,000, I think.
Wow.
So I don't need to follow everyone that's following me, because they may not have useful information, or their tweets may not be interesting, or I really just don't need to have that also in my Twitter stream. So I don't always follow everyone that's following me.
That doesn't get overwhelming to follow 7,000?
Well, I don't technically follow 7,000 people.
Okay.
Again, there's ways to kind of categorize, create lists, so that you can really, when you're using Twitter, you use it for following certain people or certain conversations you want to follow. And a lot of that, again, is with using hashtags, which is the #. And so if I want to follow all the tweets that are popular in Hampton Roads, again, that hashtag is #HRVA that a lot of people use. So you can find everything that's locally. Or if you want to use #news or hashtag Virginia Beach. 13 News. Yeah.
I did that yesterday with the presidential visit.
Yeah.
Like there were certain hashtags, and that was interesting because you just get that one group and you're able to see all these different people and what they're posting.
And that's a good way to find people to follow. And that's another thing, is how do I find interesting people to follow? Well, if you know that someone's actively using Twitter, you might want to follow the same people that they're following, because you might have a lot of the same interests or a lot of the same people that you might want to find out what they're tweeting about. So if you follow @13 News, you might want to see who @13 News is also following. If you're following me, maybe find out who else I'm following, because I'm only going to follow people that are relevant, things that I might be interested in.
We haven't come close to Facebook. This is a whole discussion on Twitter.
I was going to ask, like on Facebook, is it useful sometimes to have, or not Facebook, but sometimes like it's good to have different email accounts, the kind of the junk, the one that you give out publicly. And of course, is there any rationale to having different, or can you categorize on Twitter, like with one main account, like what you want to follow?
Yeah, you can create lists. So I have a list for all my mommy bloggers that I like to connect with, or I have a list for all my Hampton Roads people that I follow. And I also create a list for all the real estate people that I follow, because I do a lot of stuff in real estate. So then that when I go onto Twitter, I can really categorize.
Okay, now you're going to have to zip through these really fast.
Okay, so Facebook, what's the difference between a profile and a page, a business page? I get a lot of requests, still friend requests from businesses. You cannot do that. You need to set up a business page. Another one is, can I have more than one administrator for a page? Yes, you can. And the last one is, how do I get a vanity URL? You go to facebook.com/username, and that way you can assign your business page or even your profile with an easy URL.
All right, Naoma, great stuff. We need 30 more minutes. Thank you so much. We'll be back with more. Stay with us, everybody.